and welcome back to Final Show Films. I am Sen, your executive producer here, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. Particularly want to thank our $25 tier supporters over at our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms, those being Jeremy Alexander, Samantha Bates, and Elle, without whom we wouldn't be able to do nearly as much of the things we do now. So thank you for your support over the years. And those of you that are watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Lancer, the Demon Core, as I adjust this. We are back with the last few episodes, hopefully, of this campaign. And while my state of my resources is not significantly improved from the last time we were playing, it is at least coherent and manageable. When last we left off, the Lancers of the Demon Corps finished defending their base, forward operating base against a oncoming multiple waves onslaught from the Hessinian Royal Army, who seemed to have been throwing all of their stuff out there as a sort of either a last ditch attempt to completely wipe out the Demon Corps, or just to buy time as they bolster their defenses, because it seems that the rebel barons have pulled back from the conflict to a degree, largely due to the influence of the assimilated, which had been doing things. But while undergoing their investigations and gathering additional information and resources and the like for their next mission, Phoenix decided to head to the capital of the city of the Hessinian royalists and see what was going on there. While investigating, Phoenix was spotted and captured by the Hessinian royal forces, and while broadcasting the event over their squad comms back to the rest of the Lancers, who hastily grabbed their dropship and took off, not having time to bring any NPC allies with them, and in this case also losing Umbra temporarily, as Umbra was reassigned to something else. Asterisk, depending on how long this mission takes. It's going to be just Fury and Valkyrie heading in to break Phoenix out. But before we get into the actual game itself, let's introduce our players. I am again Sen, your game master for the evening. I am joined this week by the one in jail, Andrew.
Hi, I'm Andrew, playing Skylar Shepherd, call sign Phoenix. Not currently piloting anything, but I'm the one who got us into this mess.
And not currently in jail, William.
Hi, I'm William Shani, and I'm playing Johnny Dragonheart, call sign Valkyrie, currently piloting the Horus Balor Sigrun.
And not currently in jail, but maybe should be, Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Helene, call sign Fury, who is piloting the SSC Black Witch.
So,
Serenade.
As ever, though I have been forgetting to say this recently, and for that I apologize. Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, and this is gonna be a rough year, but be nice to people, and if you don't want to be nice to people, fuck you. Anyways.
Also, the stream is powered by Sirenscape.
Yes.
Oh, I should get into Sirenscape.
There are things that I do, and there are things that I don't do. And one of the things I don't do is be coherent.
Yeah, it was pretty coherent.
It was coherent enough, and that's what matters.
Click to start, yes. Oh, wait, that was the pinned one. The pinned one doesn't work anymore. Hang on.
I thought we repinned it. Well, I'm not playing anything right now, so.
Okay, that might be it. I didn't hear anything. Look, I'm impatient.
Now it's music. whether or not you hear it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
good.
Yep.
So,
Take your turn.
excuse me. Andrew,
Yes.
you are paraded through the capital, spelled like the city, very rapidly. Go ahead and give me what perception based skill triggers do you have?
I have spot and read a situation.
Go ahead and give me both of those are valid skill triggers. Which would you prefer to do first?
I
They're going to give you different
will.
information.
While I'm still on the outside of things, I would like to see if I can use read a situation to try and gather what I can from
Okay.
the royalists and their construction work.
Go ahead and give me a read situation then.
That's a 6.
All right.
Ooh.
With a 6, you're being ferried along a little bit quick. For the ability to really take your time and properly read the situation, as it were.
Yeah, and I'm not exactly allowed to look around turning
Yeah.
my head and such, otherwise they'll hit me.
Yeah, every time you try to like look and get a glance, you feel the sharp pain of the butt of a gun just sort of smacking you in the shoulder to redirect your gaze forward with incentive. So you're not really I will say, even with the 6 though, you are getting a sense of because the entire city is on martial law lockdown right now. In fact, functionally, there is a sense of urgency and a sense of almost desperation to it, where it's like these are people that have never made plans for what would happen when the war ended, because the war was never expected to end. The Demon Corps coming in and breaking lots of shit, kind of unexpectedly accelerated lots of plans. And so there's an air of...
The war was a profit generator at
Yeah.
the cost of the people, which is why the Demon Corps showed up.
Exactly. And now that endless profit has stopped being generated, there's panic in the air. Go ahead and give me a spot hit.
Righto. Even worse somehow. That's a 5.
Yeah, no, you are real focused on getting in there. And
I'm focused on trying to see things without making it obvious, and I don't really know how to do that, so
it's not your particular skill set.
I don't see much.
Peripheral vision is a skill.
Yes. it is.
Yeah, and Phoenix is very much used to ship sensors or mech external cameras. Not good with the eyes.
Phoenix doesn't have ADHD and thus has not spent her entire life obsessing over everything you can see all at once.
Mm-hmm. Know that feeling.
But yes, you rather quickly you are taken through to an internal building. You can see that even an internal building, you are taken through to the inside of a building. English is my first language, everybody. And as we can see, it's coming along like 50%. Most of the pathway you take to what you end up being able to determine is an underground prison complex. Seems to go through inside buildings. You're taken into what seems like a barracks that's relatively poorly staffed, you would assume, based on the number of people that are escorting you versus the number of people that are operating communications equipment. And within no time, you find yourself in walking through a series of cells. These are cells with sort of they're referred to, they're laser doors, effectively, where it's just like a once you're inside the cell, you can't see anything because there's just a wall of light and heat between you and the outside. And if you touch it, it's a self-correcting problem.
Yep, that tracks.
This is sort of high security prison. You seem to have been taken to high security prison that is intentionally designed for people with above average skill sets to not be a problem temporarily.
It's also a shitty design because the instant you get a power flux, that door turns off, and there's just an opening.
And then every other door in the complex turns off too. Surprise, I have friends in here.
Yep. Which is also
Not that
why
she says it.
which is also why you've noticed that each of these corridors of laser gated prison cells are cut off by a much more heavy mechanical door that you would assume would firm lock down in the case of a power out. Maybe, which may have other detrimental effects.
Squish.
Well, squish, and also might not have a. You might only have a limited air supply after that.
Yeah, that.
Lots of reasons. So yeah, you're not able to tell if you can tell that all of the laser grids are on right now. You cannot tell if there are any other people in the cells. But the cell that you are in is very limited. Like you've got maybe like 10 by 10 cell with a bed and a stand on which there is a glass of water. That isn't even a glass; it's plastic. There, you do see that there seems to be before the gate shuts on you. It does look like there are probably two like individual guards inside the corridor you're on. This is a complex that is large enough for mech suits to be in, but neither of those guards were in suits. It seems like there's a combination of physical presence and troop and mech support in this prison. And then your world is nothing but a back wall lit by an orange plasma grid and a bed and a table. Your weapons, if you had any of them on you, were taken away from you. You were left your armor and any items that would be easily concealable inside your armor.
What do I even have in terms of pilot gear?
Well, presumably your comms still.
I do have data plating.
No, the comms would have been taken away, except for data plating is subdermal, so you would have been able to keep that.
Cool. It's just like in one of her earrings.
Yeah. But otherwise, stripped of everything. Meanwhile, the rest of you.
Yep.
You're currently on a high-speed approach towards the capital. What's your plan?
Well, this is not good. But I'm gonna break her out of this.
That is indeed the intent, yes.
The question is how.
I like to think that Fury has been spinning the ride, just repeating simple statements.
Yes. Correct. I'm
Well, at the
keeping myself
moment-
calm.
At the moment, we need to figure out what the situation is in the capital, how much panic there is, how well organized defenses are, and if there are any potentially easy breakthroughs to try and get through. We also need to figure out where they're keeping Phoenix.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Where is she?
Hopefully, if she's still got her data plating, and if there is enough of a signal through whatever holding facility she's in, we might be able to try and make contact. Though, if they've actually built a decent holding facility and not just using laser doors, it might be thick enough to obfuscate any kind of signals going in or out.
Yeah.
What size is the Signum, by the way?
2.
And what size is what was the new name for your thing?
Serenade. It's the size 1.
Okay.
I have data playing as well. Can I just sort of tap to see if hello, friend my friend.
You turn on Find Your Friend.
Yeah.
Sorry, give me the
Am I
name of your
getting any-
give me the name of your mech one more time.
Serenade.
Thank you. Yeah, you're trying to connect to squad mates via
Yep.
Your data plating. Doesn't seem to be any connection as far as messages going through.
Yeah. Nothing. If we get closer, it might work. It might pick Phoenix up.
It depends on how thick their prison is, but I have a feeling that with the state of the war as it is, there will be an amount of chaos and disarray for us to take advantage of on the way in.
The other question is, how visible are we going to be coming in? I don't know, GM, like tech wise, what we are in right now, but is it very obvious that we are driving into the city with several mechs and
You are flying currently. You're on your
Flying,
assault
yes.
shuttle, which
Yeah.
is sort of obvious.
I'd rather not have to fight through the entire city.
Well, if we can get visual or scan recognition of what would be a prison complex, we could just do an airdrop directly outside of it and not have to fight through the entire city just through
Yes.
the door there. Although that will assume that they don't have any anti-air defenses that we have to worry about, or at least don't open fire immediately before we can get in scanning range.
I would have air defenses over my capital city.
I would too. That's the thing. We don't know. We'll have to figure out what we can scan from a distance outside of anti-air range. But at the moment, we're working on lack of information, which is unfortunately the thing that Phoenix was there to solve.
Yep.
But I do have some friends and some people in the city that I could potentially take advantage of my connections to.
Would you like to use that particular resource?
Yeah, why not?
Right. What was the resource again?
It was ambush. I get to choose the battlefield of our next fight inside the capital.
Okay, so this is technically not
Okay.
going to be applicable for that particular resource, because the battlefield's already been chosen. It's the prison.
Yeah.
Because you're going to extract someone. We'll say that you could turn that into information though, if you wanted to.
Yeah, just turn it into getting us away to the prison.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you reach out to your contacts, and call and try to get some information on what's going on. Sorry, I'm just trying to. These menus are so wee. It's not actually that big of a token, but I have to make them that big for it to be visible.
Enhance.
Okay. I have to make the singular pilot the token is so small that in order to make it the correct size, I have to make it like a size 3 token.
If it makes you feel any better, I once had the reverse problem where I made my tokens too small because that was how they appeared on my screen. Because I was GMing at the time, I had Roll20 zoomed out to about 50% so I could see everything. So I made all my tokens 35 by 35 pixels.
You know what? I'll just make it.
Oh, that was silly.
There we go. Ta-da, ta-da. There we go. Reach out to your contacts, communicate, and sort of get an idea of where Phoenix might have been sent to, and you get back that most likely high level prisoners tend to be sent to an underground high security facility separate from regular like political prisoners or things like that, and there are two ways typically to get to those. Either through an internal elevator that goes down, probably through one of the Capitol buildings, so that might not be as easily accessible based on what the situation in the city is. Or there is a northern dock The northern side of the capital is in the sort of semi-arctic waters that has some difficult to travel through via traditional means of boat and the like, because lots of the water is frozen a lot of the time. But there is a landing pad specifically for transport shuttles and things like that coming in on that don't want to go through the city. That you could theoretically drop onto by flying over. You do confirm that there are anti-air capabilities within the city that you probably want to avoid. And so their suggestion would be to sort of, unless you've got a really good pilot, to go around, effectively approach from the north rather than going over the city.
Ask Caller how she feels about that.
Holler feels like a really good pilot would go around because you don't want to risk it.
Yeah, fair enough.
And Holler, being your really good pilot, is going to go around.
Yeah.
So, as you're making the approach, Holler locates the facility and runs a scan. You can identify that on the landing platform there are 4 Hysinian troopers, assault-type troopers, of the kind that you have been fighting before. Inside the facility, there is 1 sentinel and 2 guards. The guards are Ronin class. 1 sergeant and 2 guards. The sergeant is a sentinel, and the guards are Ronins. They seem to be of a higher tier than the 4 troopers on the outside.
Assaults. Yeah.
That are all assaults, yes. Additionally, there are a couple of squads of just humans, of mechless guards inside the facility. Presumably, there's also there are multiple life signs, not all of which you'll be able to disseminate between prisoners or people, or prisoners or enemies. But there is most likely at least 1 warden who would be a higher tier mechless unit. And you know that you're coming in from the north. Phoenix is most likely being held in the southernmost end of the facility. There are power sources in the facility if you wish to do something that might be able to allow Phoenix to get out of her cell early. Otherwise,
Yes.
You're going in with 7 mechs and somewhere in the vicinity of 4 squads of ground troopers.
Yeah.
To your 2 lances.
Those aren't the worst odds, but we would do good to get Phoenix into a mech as soon as possible.
Yeah. Also, I've never done a mass prison break before, so this will be fun.
All right, so go ahead and adjust your mechs accordingly. Andrew, you'll be able to adjust the mech that they're bringing with you if you'd like. So go ahead and
I have already accounted for it.
adjust your things with the knowledge of what you are facing.
Do we get from our contact any sense of the layout of things beyond, like, Phoenix is probably in the southern part?
Not particularly, no.
Okay.
The scan does reveal that it is a relatively the map is not very wide, but it is very tall. And that there are several security doors between you and where the prisoners would presumably be.
Okay.
Does the
This
crew
is-
aboard the shuttle
this-
have the location of any power facilities?
The prison has an internal power supply.
Right.
So you know that there is one there. You don't know specifically where within it is.
Righto.
We can find that on our way through. Better. At the very least, it'll occupy some of those squads, probably.
Just double checking my sizes here. Yep, everything's size 1. Except for the guards, which are size 4. How many squads did I say? 2?
Mm-hmm.
4.
4, right.
Oh.
That's what I thought. I thought I said 4.
There were 4. There were 4 troopers and 2 squads, I believe.
Oh,
4
okay.
troopers, 2 Ronin.
4 troopers, 2 Ronin, and roughly you see there's somewhere around 4 squads of non-meched infantry.
Right.
Right.
Number was uncertain due to, scanners just picking up life signs and not mech signatures.
Yep. But yes, you do get the idea as you're approaching that this is a facility designed. This is a facility designed with holding lancers in mind. So it's going to be sturdy. It's going to be a relatively sturdy construction. If you had the thought of just drilling through the walls with nanomachines, that probably won't work.
Shoot.
So you are going to have to get through the doors the old-fashioned way.
It's fine.
It's combat mode. I have so much HP now. Look at it all. It's great.
All right. So, we begin. Operation Breakout.
Perhaps more casually known as Grand Theft Phoenix. I debated calling this Grand Theft Me in my notes.
Excellent. I love it. Do it. Do it. I support this. Ooh, it's got little chunks of ice on it.
All
Excellent.
Screen. So, yeah. Oh, right. It would help if I gave the stream observer the ability to see anything.
They can just look at the void.
Sigrun's token is frustratingly off scale. It leaves like the bottom and right edges of the squares that it's in open because it's not quite big enough to fill them. There we go.
Fixed.
That satisfies my
I didn't even notice. All right. So, you find yourselves, those of you that are not down here for the audience, you find yourselves landing. So your ship, your assault shuttle flies over the frozen northern waters beyond the capital, and you eject both the Sigrun and the Serenade, landing on this landing platform as the sonic boom of your assault shuttle leaving echoes in your ears, and you can see and hear the sounds of alarm. You can see alarm lights going off, presumably triggered at the approach, and you can hear the alarm going off in the facility. They know you're here, and they are ready for you, presumably. So we're going straight into initiative with players first. So y'all can decide who wants to go first, if there's anything that Phoenix wants to try to do from inside their cell, or if you just want to start with the two that are out there. And let me go ahead and switch our music from this subtle noisemaker in the background to our traditional combat music for Lancer.
That's wrong song.
And the reminder that Sirenscape has the thing where every time you start music, it starts a different section of the music. There you go.
Mm-hmm. The doors into this place, they're probably closed. And heavy looking.
They are heavy looking, yes. You can see that there is another platform underneath the one that you're on that leads to two smaller doors that you not certain that the Sigurd Nether should be able to fit through. And there's the main doors immediately in front of you that are currently closed. Whether or not they are locked, you don't know.
Okay.
I invade the doors to open them.
Yeah, you could theoretically invade the doors to try to open it.
Yeah. Well, cover that in a minute. Do you want me to go first, just so that I can put the big bulky back in front of potential people?
Go for it.
Inside? Yeah. Cool. What is my current speed? 6. I actually have a speed. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boost. 1, 2, 3, 4. I would like to invade this door.
You would like the weird things we say in Lancer. I would like to invade this door. All right, go ahead and give me a tech attack.
+1. 20.
Yeah, that's going to be a hit. What invasion option are you using?
So... Once per round, on a successful invade, I'm going to deal +2 heat or choose a second invade option. So I can technically do 2 invade options. Let me check what the options on.
Do you have other invade options other than dealing heat?
You always take the heat, and then you pick another, and then you pick an option that you have.
The door takes 2 heat. I don't know if fragment signal, which is the baseline invade, is good enough. I don't know. I don't think there is an invade option for open door.
What does fragment signal do?
Feed false information, obscene messages, or phantom signals to your target's computing core. They become impaired and slow
Open.
until the end of
Open.
the door.
I mean,
The next turn.
I would say impairing a door is enough to open it.
Sure. I will fragment its signal.
He's
All right.
just pressing the elevator button
So yeah,
repeatedly.
you fragment signal on the door, and it shutters open, revealing inside 4 troopers and a squad of suitless soldiers at the other end of the long corridor. There seems to be some sort of reception or incoming desk as well that the troopers are behind, and they all have their guns aimed at you.
Cool. I still have 2 more spaces of movement left, so I will step into melee with these troopers.
All right.
Get all up in their business.
Let's see. They're gonna go with first.
Oh, I forgot I have that.
Sorry, I'm just familiarizing myself with these character sheets. So that's the end of your turn, which means it goes to the NPC turns.
I have a question.
Yes.
The door that I came through, does that take up the entirety of one wall or just part of it?
The entirety of one wall.
Damn. All right.
The projector, the grid projectors for the laser field seem to be set into the wall, the corners of the 2 left and right walls.
Right. I get you now.
And so it's like there's not all of the emitters are internal to the wall. So
Okay, so there's basically nowhere in my cell for me to hide.
No.
Okay.
I mean, under the bed, technically, it is like a. It's like a just like a frame, like a 4-post bed, not 4-post, but like it's like a metal frame. It's like a really basic metal frame bed. There is an underneath to it.
You know what? Sure. I have a talent for this. At the start of each scene, I can move up to my speed before anyone acts. If I end this movement in cover, I hide automatically, and the first attack I make on my turn has 1 accuracy.
All right, so you hide under your bed, or do you flip the bed up to make cover?
I will flip the bed to make some cover and hide behind it.
All right, you flip the bed on its side and hide behind it for cover. At the start of your turn. Start of your turn, you wreck shit in your cell.
I'll stack
Start
I'll
the
stack up.
initiative.
Start initiative, yeah.
Oh, I'll also yeah, they didn't take my mechanical arm. I will grab the table to use as an improvised weapon.
All right.
Beat them over the head with the table.
All right, so it's just going to be the... Come on, let me... Oh, wait, I want the GM layer. That's why I wouldn't... It's like, why isn't it letting me touch this thing? Oh, that's why. Okay. So the soldiers at the back end of the field level their anti-armor weapons at you and fire.
We'll get difficulty because I am engaged with their allies.
Which is fine because they have... It's the first round of combat and they have the ambusher trait, so they get +2 to accuracy. You notice that the squad has a number more, has slightly more units to it than a normal squad does. Rather than 10, there are 15 in this particular squad.
Yet you have used only the 5-man squad.
Yes,
okay.
because I wasn't trying to clog the screen. Okay, so these guys are going to fire. A 10 to hit you.
Will miss.
All right. So yeah, an array of missiles and anti-armor weaponry fires out, but they manage to quite succinctly miss you with it.
I'm such a massive target. I feel like the nano machines just sort of swarm out.
Yeah. Which makes it a player character's turn.
Fury, go.
All right. I am going to head on up this way. 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're gonna do our trusty standard here. And fire the Ferris Lash at.
Do you have the magnet gun?
No, I do not.
I was gonna say, if you have the magnetic cannon, you can magnetic cannon them closer to you and then Ferris lash them into the water.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I took some other things instead, which we'll see if those happen, but I have to get closer to do those. So just that one on Shawnee's right there. Did I get rid of that one though? I might have. They have to make an agility save.
Agility or all?
Agility.
Yee.
What's the save?
Agility save?
No, what's the target number?
Oh, good question. 14.
They rolled higher than that. Significantly higher than
Darn.
that.
Okay. Well,
17 on the
I
dice.
tried. I tried. And then
Did it take any damage even on a fail, or what?
no, it does not.
Okay.
And then I think I'm gonna boost because I want to get up in here. That
Alright.
sounds good. And I just sigh and say, well, if you're not gonna be nice and come up and say hello, I'll have to go in person. And I walk up that way.
All right.
That's my turn.
Enemy turn. Let's see. The trooper that you just boosted up to is actually going to take this opportunity to attack something other than the Valor.
Well, remember, each enemy that starts their turn adjacent to me takes 2 kinetic damage.
Takes 2 kinetic damage.
Nice.
Takes 1 kinetic damage because of their armor.
Fair.
And is going to try to knife Mara a question.
Okay.
Does a 14 hit you?
That is my evasion, so I think so,
that's
yes.
4 kinetic damage.
Oh, you know what? It's kinetic damage. So I'm going to
Yeah,
use a
you're resistant
mag
to that.
parry reaction. I roll a d6. If I get a 5 or a 6, the attack misses.
Okay.
As a magnet activates somewhere inside my suit. Yeah.
All right. You managed to parry the damage away.
Yep.
Player character's turn.
All right, Phoenix.
I really don't know what else I can do here. Because
Creative
pilots. Well, the bed frame is made of metal. If I touch the barrier, I will become crispy fried.
You do have a glass of water
I
that is
do.
plastic.
It
Yeah.
will likely melt and evaporate at the same time if it makes contact with the wall with the door.
It'll be a hell of a sight. Do you have any?
Plastic fumes are toxic. Don't do that.
It's just sort of
Just
like just
start
hold it
choking.
near and then you like semi melt the plastic and then you can make, I don't know, sort of some sculptural art.
In the middle of a firefight.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm more likely to just grab it with my mechanical arm and smash it, and then I have daggers.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Plastic daggers.
Listen, if you could freeze that water, then you have an ice knife, and that is the perfect crime. Just waiting to
I
happen.
like to think it's still just muttering to yourself inside the cell. The people outside watching on the monitors like, what the fuck are they doing? Like they just watch you toss your bed and hide behind it for no apparent reason.
Well, that's because I can hear things over the data plating in my earring. I know people are on the outside. I just
Well, no,
can't
you can-
hear them with.
You can hear the
I just
alarms.
can't hear them with. Oh, alarms!
Yeah,
All right
yeah,
then.
yeah, you can hear the alarms and
Well,
things.
Flashing lights.
You're actually not
etc.
getting any data through your data plating at all.
Oh, well then.
When you try to activate it to call out, you just get a really piercing static noise.
Oh, yeah, I know what that's like.
Yeah.
Because IRL, this headset has not been playing nice lately.
Sort of thing that
Uh,
makes you think that they've probably comms shielded the prison cells. as a
Yeah,
standard
that tracks.
thing that you do to prison cells.
In that case, yeah, I think, you know what? I've got my improvised table weapon, so I will take the prepare action for in the event that someone other than a member of the Demon Corps moves into my cell, I would like to hit them.
All right.
The table.
The demon corps. One of the random NPCs in the other cells walks in at the doors have been turned off and goes, "Hey, dude!" Boom!
You're not my friend. I don't know you.
Fair. All right. Enemy turns. 3 troopers start their turn inside the aura and take 1 kinetic damage, and then turn their guns on the Balor.
Using guns in melee and suffering that difficulty, or are they trying to hit me in melee?
They're using guns to suffer the difficulty because their guns do more damage.
Fair enough. They will also reflect on top of each other because I'm currently in Lord stance, which I forgot to do with the missile, but oh well.
You didn't actually declare what stance you were in at the top of the round.
You choose your stance at the start. I forgot to mention it.
I will say that since you forgot to mention it and you're switching, so that it's not like, I forgot to mention what stance. Oh, I'm going in the reflector stance in response to you saying they're trying to shoot me. Let's pick a different one.
No, I had picked Lord stance as literally at the start of the fight. Because I knew that I was going to be running up and opening a door.
In that case, they're going to stab you.
I mean, they still will get penalties for missing me in melee. Lord stance is just the defensive stance. It just does defensive things.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag just defensive things.
No, they're going to stick with the assault rifle because it does more damage just flat out. Hey, Copcon, it would be nice if you could, function. CompCon decided it wanted to stop behaving.
Strictly speaking, I do actually have to not be in Lord stance because there's an extra line there. It can't make range attacks. That was the part that I remembered. It can't make tech attacks either, so I couldn't attack the door if I was in Lord stance.
Well, there you go.
So
you can also
I will
you also
instead-
can be in no stance
yeah, I can be in no stance
because
but
you may
I will-
begin the fight in any of these stances, and you didn't actually declare one. So we're just gonna say you're in no stance because you didn't
Fine.
declare one. That's what I was trying to look at. I was trying to look at if being in a stance was like if there was a no stance spot or not, which there is. All right. 14 to hit.
Will just hit.
All right, that's 6 kinetic damage from the first one.
Okay.
25 to hit.
Yep.
Which is another 6 kinetic damage. 17.
17 hit.
And a 16. So, oh no, sorry, there's only 3 of them. There's 4 of them, but one of them already went. So 6 times 3, that much damage.
The Guardian Shell activates
18.
on that third attack, which causes it to expand the charge, and I gain Overshield 2, which is applied against triggering damage. So I take 2 and then 4.
Yep. And yeah, these three just and just start unloading their assault rifles into you. Alright. And you can tell I'll say that you can tell that they seem to be getting assistance from something, because they are firing more accurately than troopers of this variety to typically fire. There's usually something in the system, something external to them that is giving them assistance on their firing. Other things are happening in other rooms that you are not privy to, and we end the round and go back to the top. So, player characters' turns.
I was the last one to go, so I will say, Johnny, go.
Well, fine then. At the beginning of my turn, I will activate protocols.
All right.
I will activate my core system to enter Hive Frenzy. And I will also switch into Lord Stance. Which means that I will regain half of my maximum HP instead of just a quarter of it. I also gain I and adjacent allies gain soft cover. My Scouring Swarm does 4 damage instead of 2. And other things on top of that. I get... You round up or round down in mine, sir?
Always round up.
Always round up? Okay. So I gain 9 hit points back. And then I will spend a quick action to swing the Terashima blade at this fool to my left. It's going to be a D20 plus attack bonus is 3. So 19 to hit.
That hits.
And in Lord Stance, it deals straight D6. Okay. Alright, I had accuracy on that too because it was Blade Master. Sure, but doesn't matter. Roll 1d6. 4 damage.
All right. Just 4 damage. Which one was this to?
This is to one on the left.
Okay.
And then I'll use my other quick action to activate Swarm Body.
Was it only 4 damage?
Yeah. The like every stance except for Troll Stance just does a d6 of damage.
Gotcha. And you activate Swarm Body, which is what?
Piles on my regular passive damage. A burst swarm 1 swarm is released at the end of my turn. Characters of my choice to start their turn in the area or enter it on their turn must succeed on a system save or take 3 kinetic damage. This increases by +3 for each of my turns that I remain stationary up to a maximum of 9. The effect lasts until I move, including involuntary. So they will take 4 damage from my Hell Swarm and then 3 damage from my Swarm Body.
And what's the
At the start
radius?
of each of their turns. Burst 1, so every square around me.
So 5-foot radius.
Yeah.
Square. Like that.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else
It's
in your
characters
turn?
of my choice, so I can exclude
Yeah.
Serenade. So
Anything else in your turn?
that's my actions.
All right. Enemy turn. The squad at the bottom is going to go again and try to shoot you some more. Now this time they
not
don't.
only do
They
they
no
not-
longer have the. They no longer have the +2 that they get for ambushing.
They now have 2 difficulty because of allies engaged, and
Which-
also I have soft cover.
Which flattens out because of the assistance that they are getting from elsewhere.
Mhm.
Anti-armor rounds, go. A 13.
Will just barely hit me.
All right, so that's going to be 6 armor-piercing damage. And it's
armor.
it's
I have a
variable. It's variable damage, so we're just gonna I have to pick variable when I have to pick variable. So we're gonna say it's explosive. 6 explosive damage, armor piercing, as a series of rockets just collide at you from long range. Player character's turn.
That said, I can't have resistance while I'm shredded. That's fine.
Oh, did you do your repairs at the beginning of your turn, by the way?
I did.
All right.
Fury.
All right, it's barrage time. I'm going to put out my lance next hand, and a ferrofluid lance appears in it, sort of looking like mercury, and I'm gonna stab the guy in front of me. I get +1 accuracy because I'm using a main melee weapon. So I gotta click things. Here we go. A 21.
That definitely hits.
All right.
You already got max damage there, so
6 damage. Is that critting?
yeah. But the crit
Crit?
would be just you roll damage twice and take the highest. You've already got the highest you can get.
Excellent. Okay.
And it says once
no,
per
that's a
round, you
20
may
on the
force a
die.
character hit by his weapon to make a hull save.
Yes, I can.
What for?
I believe,
to,
or get
to
rooted
do
to the spot with
something
ferrofluid
to
lance.
it.
On a failure, both you and your target are immobilized and cannot be moved in any way.
Yeah,
For
I'm
the
gonna blade
duration, the
bash
target
dice.
always considers you within range for melee attacks. On any subsequent turn, you can end this effect as a protocol, knocking your target 4 spaces in any direction, or your target can end it by successfully hitting you with a ranged or melee attack. This is the only way to remove these conditions.
I should put a
Yes.
ferrofluid lance on a Balor and just like hold someone in place and,
then
just
just eat
keep
them.
them in the swarm body. Yeah, just eat them.
So yes, hull save, por favor.
Okay.
My target's 14.
Rolled an 18.
Darn it. All right. And then I'm gonna take my other knife out and stab him. Just a tactical knife.
And that's I'm assuming on a flex mount.
Yes.
So you have two weapons there.
Yeah.
Is it just 2 tactical knives?
No, I have it's auxiliary melee. I have the lance and I have the tactical knife.
Oh, the ferrofluid lance is on the same mount.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can attack with both of those with just a skirmish. You don't need to.
Really?
Whenever you use a mount,
Oh.
you use the entire mount.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you have a
learned
secondary,
something.
if you have another mount that you want to use, like another
I
mount that has attacks,
don't.
then you could.
No, I just have that, and then I have a whole bunch of systems.
Yeah, so you can use both of those with just your quick action, and then use.
Oh,
your quick
okay,
action for more
beautiful.
systems.
All right, well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna swing a tactical
So,
knife. Here we
attack
go.
with a knife. Attacked
The
with the
15?
knife. 15 hits.
Yes. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Your ferrofluid lance is not
Alrighty.
armor piercing, right?
No, it is
No.
not. Let's see here. I had a thing that I was thinking of doing. Don't remember what it was. I don't know. Let's see here. Can I get past this person?
No.
Or I don't know what the rules are on.
They are blocking your back.
Moving
They are blocking your
They're
back.
blocking.
Unless you have specific
Alright, well-
abilities like the atlases.
Or if you're at least one size bigger than them,
Okay. No,
then you
I
can
am
just
not.
step over.
You know what? I have this thing I can do. I would like to use my Blade Master die that I just got to trip this person. Agility save, please.
Alright. A 20 on that one.
Damn it. One
They-
of these times
they just
they're
keep-
not going to save.
They don't have a really good save. They just keep rolling really high against you.
Yeah. All right.
When I said before we went live that it was an omen of good luck, I didn't mean for sin.
First. All right.
Look,
Yeah, because
Well,
the
that
only
was
mount
just
the
a
Black Witch has
skirmish.
is the main Ox mount. Yeah.
What do I want to do? Let me see. That would
Main
be
Ox, surprisingly potent mount.
that would be a bad idea, so I'm not gonna do that. What's the range on this? Sorry, I have a bunch of new things that I put on this mix. And I was like, I'm gonna try these things.
Absolutely.
It's gotta be adjacent. Ooh. No, free adjacent space. I can't put it around a person. Sadly. I'm gonna do I have a really quick question. Quick
Mhm.
tech, because I can see that sort of receptionist desk, they might have a computer or something on there.
Yeah.
Do I have to be like close to it to try and
It's-
scan?
It's you could scan it if it's within your sensor range, but you would have to be able in order to like access it properly, you'd have to be
Mhm.
out of your mech because it's sized for human hands.
Or you
Okay.
have to have manipulators on your Mac.
If you
Yeah.
if you have manipulators, you could use that. But
I don't have manipulators. I do have like a sub.
This is the- this is-
that would require me to plug in.
this
Um,
is the reason why you have
My
some
sensor-
mechs that have those little dangly,
Yeah,
those shitty little dangly arms, so they don't have to get out of the mech to type.
yeah.
Or you just wear a size half Mac and then it's irrelevant.
Sensor range. Actually, can I use that to tell like they're getting instructions or assistance from something? Can I do a?
Yeah, you can do a scan.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
Sure. Go ahead and give me. We're just going to go ahead and give just for penetration roll, which is going to be
Attack against their E-defense.
yeah, just
Yeah, take
attack against an unknown E defense at the moment.
Okay. Sure. Oh, this is bad.
So you'll get some information. You try to
Okay.
you try to hit into the communications, and you get rebuffed. And in the rebuffing, you get like sort of a certain types of tech individuals will sign their defenses. And in the signature of this defense, you get the phrase terminus 0. You can go ahead and give me a. Do you have any knowledge skill triggers or anything any skill trigger that might help with a knowledge check?
Ooh. I have spot or like stay cool.
I don't think
I don't
either
know.
of those would apply here.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do get you get the like signature terminus 0. When you are rebuffed from attempting to interfere with their communications.
Okay. I'll say over our communications. You heard of anything called Terminus 0?
You can't just give me if you want, you can just give me a flat D20.
Sure.
But I'm rolling a hidden difficulty die against it.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh, an 18 though.
Yeah. So as you before you ask, you have heard that name before. You don't remember specific details, but you do know that they were previously a Lancer that had their licenses revoked, which is not a thing that happens very often. Typically, a Lancer that has their licenses revoked has not only committed war crimes, but has committed war crimes specifically against the organizations that gave them their licenses in the first place. You have
Okay.
so So it would be an individual who would have skills on par with a lancer, but not have access to any lance licenses.
All right. I'm gonna say over comms then. Just tried to break in, and interesting code name in there. Terminus Zero.
That is.
Maybe they're hiring are really either they don't care or they're really not doing their background checks.
Do you have any relevant knowledge skill checks, William?
Read a situation, stay cool, or survive is basically what you
Survive.
do.
I'd say survive would be an adequate one. Go ahead and give me a survive check.
This +2, 7. So no.
Yeah, no, you've never heard the name before.
I should have used survive. I have a +4.
Oh well, then,
Oh,
there
well.
you go. Well, in that case, we'll retrofit that to being a survive. So instead of the difficulty, you'll have gotten a 20. So yeah, you know that they are relatively tech adapted, but more specifically, if they're on the field, they would be classified as an ultra as far as enemy types.
Hmm. We may be running into some harder defenses than calculated.
You do know that they tend to favor retrofitting industrial style mechs. When they were a lancer, they used a lot of IPSN, sort of retrofitted IPSN mechs, typically retrofitted with Harrison Armory gear.
Oops, all war crimes.
Yeah. Imagine doing war crimes hard enough that Harrison Armory takes away your licenses.
That's it for me. I don't have anything else. I can't move.
Enemy turn. Okay, so what happens on their turn, William, when they're in your aura?
They take 4 damage. They take 4 kinetic damage from my Hive Frenzy.
Is that armor piercing?
No. And then they take 3 kinetic damage from my Swarm Body. Also not armor piercing.
All right.
That would be very rough at this.
It would be brutal if all that damage was
Yeah.
OP.
They need to make a system save.
Sorry, they need to make a system save or take that extra 3. Yes, that's correct. My save target is 13.
Rolled a 9.
Yep.
They fail you. Sure, they failed saves against you, but not against Mara.
Yeah.
This one's.
I see how it is.
This one's going to try to stab Mara.
At least you can actually do something in this fight.
You're hiding. You have a table.
Again, Mara
you're
has
doing your
soft cover
best.
because they are adjacent to me.
Yep.
Oh, good.
I do have a table, but I don't have a way to get out.
13 to hit you, Mara.
Misses.
Hey, miss with a knife. Player character's turn.
All right, Phoenix.
All right,
You're
Phoenix,
up.
roll me a d20. What skill triggers do you have?
I have Charm, Get Somewhere Quickly, Spot, Stay Cool, Survive, Take Control, Take Someone Out, and Read a Situation.
Give me a read a situation check.
Okay. 15.
You have a mechanical arm. And
And a leg.
and a mechanical leg, and there's a plasma thing. Do you not? I thought. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it one of your weapons like integrated into your arm?
I mean, I don't see why not. I can put hidden compartments in my mechanical limbs.
I thought very specifically you had a thing in your arm for one of your weapons.
You might be thinking about Sela from the previous campaign because my assassin character had a signature in her mechanical arm.
Yeah.
I mean, I was trying to yes and it, but you know.
I don't remember. What is your what's the other system that they added in from Icon?
Your
Bond?
Bond.
Yeah, what's
That's
your
it,
bond?
yeah.
Pathfinder. Pathfinder.
Pathfinder? And what's your bond? What's the Pathfinder power? Hang on, let me look at this.
Let's
Which
see.
power did you choose
Change
specifically?
bonds.
Yeah.
I have momentum. When I survey a situation, ask one of the following questions and get a truthful answer from the GM.
All right. Would you
How
like
do
to
I
use
think
your
I can get
momentum?
I would.
Okay.
Specifically asking, how do I think I can get around this obstacle?
Okay. You can't get to the emitters. You can't visibly see the emitters because they are embedded in the wall. However, the cell has power. Possibly, if you were to try to damage one of the walls of the cell, you could get at some wiring and potentially lower the turn off the projector. It'll take
All right.
it'll take a few skill rolls, but you could theoretically get around it that way because you have your mechanical arm.
Yeah, you have metal
Okay.
fingers that can pry panels off of walls.
Yes.
Indeed.
Punch the wall real hard.
Oh, I might need a panel beater after that.
So that's your so we'll say that's your turn. You've been ideating this whole turn basically, just like
Okay.
what do I do? How do I get around it? And yeah, so
Okay.
with your
Basically,
momentum,
just like I know.
between
I
your
know there's a-
momentum, between your momentum and reading situation, you know there's a way for you to get out. You just have to dig through the wall a little bit to get to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the table
enemies.
now?
I mean, the table might also be useful. Enemies. 3 saves from the guys around you. A 20, an 8, and a 3.
Only the 20 passes.
So how much
that
damage?
person still takes the 4, but everyone else also takes the 3, which is separate.
All right. They're going to try to step out of this hate field you've generated.
The first one that steps away, I take a reaction attack against.
All right, go ahead.
Da-da-da-da.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay.
What?
I had bond powers available to pick, and one of them from the Pathfinder is Free Soul. You can escape from any restraint, shackle, hold, or prison cell without rolling.
This plus an accuracy
I
because
think we
have
all
a
forgot
Blade
about
Master.
bonds.
You did. You're not in your
Yeah.
mech right now, so your bond powers are available.
11 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh, wow.
Alright, so that will be 6 damage.
They're all going to step back and fire.
Nope, you're still getting 2 difficulty because they still have a friend in melee with me and soft cover.
Just being counteracted by by Terminus 0, you now know.
Yes.
They're all going to slug in some high impact rounds and then fire at you. Uh, 14, 8, and 2.
Only the 14 hits. The 8 and the 2 get deflected back at the guy that I hit as he walked away.
All right. Well, he's dead,
Well, specifically, it deals 2 damage of the same type as the attack each time.
which is armor. But these.
It is not AP,
Okay, not AP. Okay, well in that
so
case.
they'll take 1 each time. So, ping, ping.
So okay, he's not dead. Ping ping. You take 10 AP damage from the one that gets through. 10 AP kinetic damage. Some more things happen.
I
off
need to actually
screen.
before I do that, I need to roll a d6.
Oh, did that hit your structure?
Yeah, it would have, but okay, yeah, it does.
Does not just scratch the paint. Have you not been? Did you not regenerate at the top of your round?
No, I did. They just have been constantly hitting me. They have only now have they ever missed.
Don't you regenerate? Oh wait, no, that's when you activate your core power.
I
Right.
have activated my core power, but I regenerate half of my HP. I have 17 HP. I regenerated 9. Back up to 10. They just did a lot of
Right, 'cause you're
damage to me.
666 and you have no armor. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't have armor while my Hive Frenzy is active.
Yep.
I can neither have armor or nor resistance.
Alright. So take your first structure.
Need to roll a d6 for
You did,
structure.
to be fair to them, you did walk up into melee with them.
Oh, I did. But the melee was supposed to make it harder for them to shoot me.
It has. It is actively harder for them to shoot you.
What kind of damage was that again?
Kinetic.
Kinetic? You know what? I want to try and prevent that.
Can you
Because I
mag
can
parry
do.
for someone else.
Yeah. Me and or Jason.
Oh, or an
allied
adjacent ally.
character.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
try and
Alright,
Parry
try to
that.
mag parry.
Let's see if we can. Now, sorry,
darn.
I've forgotten I have this, and it's super useful.
So structure 3 is system trauma. Please tell me what system trauma actually does.
You roll a d6.
Oh, there we are. Parts of the mech have been torn off. And system is destroyed. We will drop Zealous Charge. I'm probably not going to use it. This is very close quarters.
Alright. Player character's turn.
I was the last to go, so I would much rather that one of you two get something in before more bullets happen. Um,
You are also relatively safe right now, so you can take your time.
yeah.
I get to regenerate if I go.
Yeah, let's get more health for you.
Yeah, okay. I will regenerate back to full. I unfortunately do not get that structure back, but
It'd be nuts if you did, though.
And, I will start by swinging the Terashima blade at this poor fool who stayed. So that's going to be plus.
He would have taken 2
accuracy,
attacks opportunity if he tried to move away, so
13 to hit,
that'll hit.
or another 3 more damage.
Exactly what you needed to take him out.
Yay.
And I will move back into melee with these folks and activate Swarm Body over again because it cancels when I move.
Hang on.
Thus ends my turn.
Let me. There we go. There. One amusingly placed rack. All right. NPC turns. Squad firing. This time they're firing at Mara, though,
Okay.
because Mara is no longer in that field of nanites. Does a 10 hit you, Mara?
No.
All right. Missiles fly out the door behind you. Player character's turn.
Excellent.
Fury.
Okay, I am going to move up this way.
You do see that there is a door, that there are doors on either side of you. The one on the right-hand side of the corridor is a much larger door, a door that's large enough that even Sigrun can fit through. On the left-hand side, it's human-sized, so like you wouldn't be able to fit through it either.
Okay, that's like right here. Is that what I'm seeing on the map?
No,
over here.
these door buttons here that you can see on the map.
Those are doors.
Oh,
So
okay.
this one is big enough that Sigrun could get through. This one
Uh-huh.
is small enough that you'd have to be out of your mech to get through. This one is small enough that you'd have to be out of your mech to get through. This one is also small enough that you'd have to be out of your mech to get through, as is this one.
So there's
Okay.
one mech-sized door.
There's a mech-sized door over
Excellent.
here, and a mech-sized door over here, at the end of the corridor.
And,
Alrighty. I move up there. I am going to deploy.
Actually, I would say that this one is small. This one over here is small enough that size 1 mech could get through it, or large enough that a
Okay.
size 1 mech could get through it.
Okay. I'm going to deploy some things. First off, we're doing a. You're dealing with these things up close. Here. So I'm going to activate a Pharaoh Spike Barrier, which is a new thing I have. It's very exciting.
use those White Witch license levels.
What does it do?
It makes a size 2 surge of liquid metal in a free adjacent space. I would like to have it, like, right here, basically.
Seal them in. Seal them in with me.
Yeah. It also is hardcover.
What does it actually
Uh,
do? Other than make a size 2 thing of liquid metal?
It doesn't provide
Uh,
obstruction initially, but at the beginning of your next turn, it becomes a solid object that can be used for hardcover.
Yep.
The first time in a round any character would move into its space after the barrier solidifies, they take 1d6 AP kinetic damage.
I'm gonna
Still-
start
it's still
spraying,
hardening right
sort of, you know, that weird foam to use on holes in your house? That, basically. Made out of metal.
Quick seal foam.
Yeah,
Size 2?
I like that icon very much.
Gelatinous cube is a good.
Yeah.
It's a good representation.
It's very, very good. So do that.
Right
Uh,
stone gelatinous cube made of liquid metal.
And then
I mean, with all the iron they take in.
let's see. My core system.
I believe it does need to
That-
end up in free space, so I believe it needs to like be down one.
Yeah. Yep. But you know, they're gonna have a hard time getting past that. And then I would like to boost and sort of skirt around. I want to skirt around and get kind of. Does the reception desk act as any sort of cover?
For humans,
Okay, not for mechs.
not for size 1 mechs, no.
Okay. Oh, heck it. Let's get up and close and personal. I'm going to go up here and get in their spaces.
You have
And
entered into their space.
skirmish. Let's go for this one that I'm right next
You will
to.
need to overcharge to skirmish there,
I will.
because you have to use your second quick action to boost.
Oh, I did. That's true. Let's do it, yeah.
Take one heat, overcharge, skirmish.
Yep.
Attack them with
So,
both of your weapons.
The squad always has soft cover, so you have 1 difficulty.
Okay.
That will be canceled by the accuracy you get on your ferrofluid lance. For your
Yes,
first
at
one.
least on the first one. The second one does
It
not.
will have the
But
difficulty, yes.
yeah. Okay. Let me change this to none.
Thou
And
art also Blade Master.
damn it. Alright, let's try the knife.
An 8 hits.
It does.
Yep, and they're going to use their reaction to duck and cover, gaining resistance to the damage that they're about to take. They
Darn
already
it.
have
Okay.
resistance because it's not a line, cone, burst, or blast, so they're getting
Okay.
double resistance.
Okay.
That doesn't do
Which
anything,
doesn't
but
stack.
Oh, does it stack? Well, never mind. They're not going to duck and cover then. They just already have resistance.
Alrighty.
half 3 into 2 because you always round up.
So you've killed 2 of them.
Wow. Okay. And then knife.
Anife?
Hey.
A 9 hits. or 4, halved to 2. So you kill 2 more of them. You've killed 4 troopers in your four mechless soldiers in your rampage.
Listen.
As you come in, start using, effectively running them over with your Abrams tank.
Yeah.
Beep beep.
They're not going to be firing anti-armor missiles at you because you're in their space. So there's that.
Yeah. And that is my turn because I don't think I can do anything else. That's it for me. I'm good now.
All right, which of these poor fuckers is about to get eaten by nanomachines?
The first one in line. This one right here. Takes its
Okay,
turn.
Take 4 immediately and make a system save, or take another 3.
If it makes its system save, it doesn't die. Roll to 14.
Save target is 13.
All right.
It
Still up.
barely lives.
It's going to try to step away.
I will take my reaction attack against it. That's 6.
It doesn't step away. Unless you roll a 1.
If I roll a 1, it stays alive.
Oh,
I
hey!
rolled a 1.
Glanced off its
Actually,
armor.
no, that's a critical hit, so I do get to take 2 and take the best.
Okay, that's it.
There we go.
It's dead.
Much better.
It would
Beautiful.
have been funny if you had rolled a 1 again.
If I roll another 1, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been real bad.
All right. Well, player character's turn.
All right,
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Pulls off the glove on her left arm, digs mechanical fingernails into the space between panels, and starts to tear.
And you have an ability that doesn't even you have to roll, right?
I mean, I didn't actually pick that one, but
Oh,
yes, I
well,
will quite happily retroactively pick it.
You haven't picked any of your bond. If you have multiple bond powers you haven't picked yet, go ahead and pick them.
Cool. In that case, I will take Free Soul and you know what? Lightspeed. That seems fun.
All right. So you step over here and you dig into the panel. And yeah, very quickly you rip out some of the mechanics of the wall that seems to power at least half of this laser grid, shutting it down, which causes the opposing. So the way the laser grid works is it's basically opposing walls of laser that run into each other and form this shut thing. When you disable the power emitters on one side, the power emitters on the other side just rip through and cause a chain reaction that explodes your door, that turns off your door and the door next to you. And opens both up. Unfortunately, the door next to you didn't have anybody in it. But as your door opens up, you see 2 guards on the outside who are startled by your sudden appearance. So that was your action. Anything else on your turn that you want to do?
Wait, double checking pilot actions.
I'd say that was a quick action, I would say.
Cool. In that case, yeah, I will move to here, and I will attempt to hit one of them with my table.
Make an attack roll.
To which I add my grit. 18.
Oh yeah, that'll hit. What's the damage on an improvised weapon?
I don't know. Let me double check something in the rule book. Where's the gear section?
Pilot gear.
Pilot gear.
Weapon.
Where is to do pilot gear? There it is.
We'll say it's an archaic melee.
Okay, so 1 kinetic damage.
So you run out and slam this table across their face, and the table shatters on their armor.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Staggers him back a little bit, but he is armored, unfortunately.
Darn. All right.
Anything that's your turn.
Yep. I cannot overcharge and don't have my usual weapons, so yeah, that's it.
You can see that your weapons are sort of hanging off the wall behind them.
Ah,
Over here.
you have something I want. Get out of my way.
All right. Enemy turn. The one you just hit with a table is going to go. What's your evasion in your pilot form?
10.
A 3 misses. So yeah, he just goes to like bat you in the face with the rifle, and you duck underneath it. Are there any other player turns that need to go?
Nope.
Pretty sure that's all of us.
All right, then the other one's going to step over here and try to do this. Try to shove you back into the cell with a similar attack. 18. You can take 1 connect damage,
Okay.
and I need you to make
Good.
a. Do you have access to agility saves or hull saves as a pilot?
It's just D20 plus grit.
Yep, there you go.
So do I roll?
Yeah, D20 plus grit.
20.
Right. You do not get shoved back into the cell. And back to the top. All right, over here. Or not back to the top, but over to these guys. Back to the top of the map. All right, this guy's gonna make a save against that extra 3 damage. Both of them are going to, I should say. 6 and 11, I think, fail the save though.
They both fail, yes. So they both take an extra 3 damage. It is a separate instance, so their armor applies twice. 1 to the
Yep.
4, 1 to the 3.
They're both still up, and you've already taken your attack, so they're gonna go ahead and use their ability to move. One of them's actually gonna finish moving over to here and try to knife Mara, and the other one's gonna shoot at you.
Rude.
Oh wait, no, he can't shoot because he has to reload. So he's gonna stand. He's gonna move back. He's gonna move to around where that obstacle's about to make a problem for you and reload.
That's fine. I can go before Mara goes next and thus get there before it hardens.
Just don't end your turn in it.
Yep.
Has to reload because he shot his thing. This one doesn't have to reload because he's using a knife. But a 5 misses Mara. All right.
Yes.
Mara, you hear the what sounds like an elevator going on just beyond this door, just beyond the door to the south.
Okay, I don't like that.
Yep. And yeah, top of the round, back to play characters, and that's where we're actually going to take our break. So those of you that are watching live, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. When we take our break, you take your break. So stand up, switch legs, move around, do whatever you need to do. And we'll be back in just a few minutes. we're back. A
A
dinosaur
dinosaur
story.
story.
So, top of the round. Player characters. Who's going what?
I just went so. Johnny, how's your health?
It could fine, but I could also use going before the
goo.
Paracrete hardens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Go ahead.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that I'm in everyone's space. And I will shank this fool who is reloading his gun north of me. So 17 to hit that. Oh, sorry, I didn't even add my grit. I completely forgot to add my attack bonus. 20. Critical hit.
That hits.
Uh,
Don't roll a 1
roll
twice.
2d6, keep 1. 6 damage.
Yep, he's dead.
And because we never too much of a good thing, second quick action, activate Swarm Body again. We will consume.
All right. Enemy turn. The troopers go. They have to make a hull save. Sorry, the squad goes, I should say.
Right, because squads can't make system saves. They do like a whole thing.
Oh, they can.
Can they?
Right,
Pretty
system
sure.
save. That's right. Yeah, no, they have stats for everything.
System save.
15.
That's enough. They don't take the extra 3.
So they do take the 4 though. So
And-
4
and
more
they
of
do
them
take
die.
all of it because it's a burst.
Yeah. 4 more of them die. However, because these are disciplined, they don't lose the number of attacks they can make each turn. And they are going to fire their primary weapon at you. And they can
soft
make
cover.
2 attacks.
I'm in soft,
Soft
cover.
cover, but you are in their space.
I think that makes it worse because again, shooting a ranged weapon in well engaged.
They always have soft cover.
I always have soft cover.
Nope. But they are not, strictly speaking, engaged with you because they occupy the whole of the square. They occupy the whole of the space that they're in, so they can be in spaces that are not engaged with you.
I mean, I'm engaged with their friend who is sitting under me.
Yes. Uh, 13 to hit you.
Will just barely.
That's 3 kinetic damage.
Okay.
And second attack, because they can attack twice with this. An 8 misses, I think.
And I deflect it into the dude who is sitting under me.
Takes 1 point of damage.
Bing.
Tink. Alright. Player character's turn.
Fury.
Alrighty.
The thing becomes terrain.
Yes,
Yes.
it is now terrain. I can't really technically move through this, right? Because they're all sort of there.
You are a size larger than them, so yes, you can.
There.
Oh, I could. Okay.
You
That's
just
what-
can't end your space in the same as theirs.
Okay. I'm going to
Yeah.
tell Sigrun that someone's in that elevator. I'm gonna point that direction. Let's see. I could do another one of those.
Where are you moving?
Oh, I'm still thinking through my options slightly. Could I I can't move the Pharaoh Spike barrier that's already solidified, but I could do it again. And then that
And
one
you
would
can drop
disappear,
it
but I can do it kind of down here.
Unfortunately, the enemy squad occupies that space.
Okay, never mind. Thank you. That was my first question.
Also, you'd block your own path further into the facility.
I can destroy it. It does just maybe stop whoever's in that elevator from getting out, which I feel like might be good.
But also, it takes a turn, and the elevator's probably getting here this
It
turn.
does. I don't know how fast the elevator is. But you know,
Probably fast enough that if we heard it going last turn, it's probably getting here this turn.
probably. No, I'm just gonna be violent. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna.
Violence tends to be the best option, honestly.
Yeah. It's my usually my first option. I'm gonna skirmish.
You heard
Do the
that. You
lance?
heard that, kids. Violence is always the best option.
If you are a trained mech pilot.
Yes. So you know, against this one down here, probably.
It's a whole squad. You're attacking the whole squad.
Yeah, that squad. What do?
Could also shank the trooper who was under my bulk.
Is there a trooper under there?
Yeah.
Oh
He's
yes,
kinda
I
hidden
would like
because
to
I
do
am
that
bigger
then.
than he
They're
is.
more dangerous. Yeah, the trooper. 23. Ooh, I got a 20.
I will say you don't need to.
Oh, so he's gonna die to my swarm. Okay, fair enough.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
I
20
got
on the-
a
on the
crit.
squad.
That's
Yeah,
exciting.
thanks.
That means I get a thing. I never
Yeah,
get a
You
thing.
get to roll another d6 and see if it's higher than a 4.
Okay.
It is
It's
4
the
against
exact
that.
same.
All right, you deal 2 damage to them. And you kill 2 more. As you
Excellent.
seem to revel in killing 2 soldiers at a time.
Actually, I do the maximum damage, so they're very dead.
Oh,
Oh,
rolled
because
nat
you
20.
rolled a 20.
Yeah.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay, and you have brutal 1, right?
Yeah.
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 So yeah, six damage.
So 3 of them are
There.
dead.
Yes. And then I
You're
can
out of your way to kill
uh,
1 more of them.
exactly. I can move 2 spaces as a free action.
That will provoke
You
an
can
attack
also
opportunity.
shank somebody with a knife.
That's fine. It ignores engagement and reactions.
Oh, well, never mind
but
then.
I
Does
can choose
provoke
not to.
that.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna choose not to. Go ahead. Have fun with that.
Do you
But-
want to shank them with a knife?
Because you attack with both your weapons on that mount, so
Knife time.
your mount has your ferrofluid lance and a combat knife on it.
Uh-huh.
So you attack with the knife too when you attack with the lance
Yes.
against
Yes.
the squad.
Correct. Yes, I haven't done that one yet.
Sorry, you had like an
And
I
then-
don't understand what you're saying look on your face, which is why I was explaining
Okay.
it again.
Yes.
19 hits for one. For
Sweet.
1 day, you kill 1 more.
Yay. Excellent. Yes, and I get to move for free.
Ignoring reactions.
Actually, I'm not going to ignore reactions.
No, you just get to move for free while ignoring reactions.
No, I can choose not to ignore reactions. And then, if they miss me, I get to move farther.
Ah,
Huh.
Yeah.
Which ability is this?
This is Blade Dancer 3.
Ah.
okay. I mean, I don't know how much farther you can move, but okay.
I'm just gonna kind of move around them.
Well,
I think I'm actually not gonna try and get to
the trooper that's getting
the door.
The trooper that's getting the attack of opportunity is the one under Sigrun right now. So
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and go up through the to the receptionist desk.
okay.
Yeah, I was right here before.
Well, you were
Yes?
you
No, I
were-
was right there.
No,
Yeah.
whatever. You were right there.
I was right there. Okay. Yeah, so I'm moving this way.
Yeah. So that's when you brought the attack.
You can choose to not ignore reactions instead. If you do
Yeah.
so, whenever you trigger a reaction attack,
It's real good.
character is forced to make that attack against you if able. Each time a reaction attack you trigger as part of the move misses, you may make an attack with an auxiliary or main melee weapon against that target. Against a target in range is a free action, and make
12
it
to hit.
move 2 additional spaces.
Misses.
So you can make another attack
I get to move. two
and also
more.
move more.
Yeah. All right, here we go. This is gonna go great.
You can stab
So
them
you-
with the lance again.
Well, you can all you
Yeah.
can stab the squad again if you want.
Uh-huh. Correct. An 8.
We'll hit.
Sweet. 3.
Have to do.
So
Do I
two
just
more-
get to do
two
the
more
lance?
deaths.
Okay.
You get to
Or
pick
do I
one.
also get to use the knife?
You get to use one. One of your
Okay.
weapons.
Cool,
It doesn't
cool.
go- it
There's
doesn't go by
one-
mount, it goes by weapon.
There is one lone trooper left in the squad.
Okay, I'm gonna move 2 more. 1, 2. There.
Okay.
Are they gonna try and attack me?
No. There's one guy
Okay.
left.
Alright.
He saw what you just
Character
did.
chooses not. Character chooses not to perform a reaction attack. You can move again.
Do
Well,
I
I would say so. There is a line here. If you do so, whenever you would trigger a reaction attack, that character is forced to make that attack against you if able.
Where does it say?
It's in Dervish Cadence, the third tier of Blade Dancer. This movement ignores engagement and reactions, but you can choose to not ignore reactions instead. If you do so, whenever you would trigger a reaction attack, such as Overwatch, that character is forced to make that attack against you if able.
Huh.
Each time a
That
reaction
doesn't
attack
say
you
That's
trigger
not
as
what
part
that's
of the
not what
movement
this says here.
That's
Yeah,
what it says
that's
in
not what it
CompCon.
says on
That's what it says.
CompCon,
That's what it says
but-
in CompCon right now. Literally, I'm looking at it.
I think we are looking at different versions.
You're looking at
Yeah,
Dervish,
mine-
not Blade Dancer.
Yeah, Dervish Cadence of Blade Dancer.
Let me look
It's
at
Field
the
Guide to
thing.
Soldan, right?
What
Yeah.
is your Field Guide to Soldan version?
It's a very good question. I might have either a newer or older version. Hang on.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense for it to have the statement. Each time a character chooses not to perform a reaction attack against you, you may continue to move it 2 additional spaces if they have to make an attack. If they have to make an attack opportunity against you.
That's true.
Content Manager. My Field Guide to Soldan is 2.2.4.
Huh. Mine is 2.2. I'm curious. I guess I guess it got updated.
Well, yeah, because it
It's
doesn't. It
down.
also doesn't have the if your attack if they choose not to make the attack. It just says if the attack misses.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too.
In my
Yeah, it
version.
does say they have to. The one that I've got here. So yeah,
Woo.
then I guess they do.
Huh.
They have to.
It's terrible. I could just walk among these
Oh.
people and tell everyone.
They have no ability to choose otherwise. Although you have to have a melee attack to do an attack opportunity, right?
Yes, if
They don't have a melee weapon.
they do have to have some form of melee weapon. So if
They
they
don't have a melee
can, they
Uh,
don't.
So they can't.
no, the Overwatch action is a
Oh, is Overwatch just
skirmish.
anything?
Overwatch is a skirmish, so you can
Okay, yeah. So they can
Yeah,
use their gun as an Overwatch. Yeah.
yes, because
Mm.
it has threat 1, so
Oh right,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
Guns
would have
always
to
have
have
threat 1. Yeah.
Their primary weapon does not have threat 1, but okay.
unless specified otherwise, it does.
Yeah. Any gun that just has
Because-
a range normally has a threat of 1.
because it would be redundant to just slap threat 1 on everything in addition to the range. It's not a perfect system.
9 to hit you.
Misses.
Make another attack.
Time
Okay.
reaction attack you trigger as part of this missive. You may stab and move.
Oh, a
Miss.
7. No, I don't. Okay.
You do not kill the one guy that's left.
All right. But I still get to move.
Yes.
So I step up to there. That's my turn. I'm done now.
All right. The trooper underneath Sigrun starts his turn and dies.
Chewed apart by nanomachines. Phoenix.
Player turn.
Yep.
Uh,
Go.
What kind of an action would it take to grab my gear from the wall behind these two chumps
Let me see.
while they are still
Oh.
trying to fight me?
I'd say if you use the disengage action, you could step past them and grab your gear and equip it and functionally have it for next round.
Disengage is not a pilot action. It is a make exclusive action. Some reason.
I'm gonna say you can do it as a pilot because it doesn't make sense for that to not be a thing you can also do as a pilot.
Fair.
I think it's mostly that disengage is trying to force your opponent's attacks like away from you while you're retreating. Good luck doing that as a pilot to a mech.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
that's
disengage
the-
from a mech, but you can definitely disengage from two people.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's good. That's good.
Then I will disengage, slip between them, grab my gear.
Like I think at some point a supplement to improve the complexity of being a pilot in the middle of a mech fight might be useful at some point down the road.
Yeah,
Oh, people have tried it. The general consensus on PilotNet is that pilots are and shall always be and squish.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely, but there's just
it's
like
it's more about when
little
when
bit
you've got
more than the
pilot
six
on
feet.
pilot action, right?
Which they generally believe should be handled narratively. But
Yeah.
as it
there,
stands,
there are
we
weird
are
situations like this
yeah.
where there is a
as it
mech fight
stands-
happening over here and pilot fights happening in the next room.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, you've got your gear.
Okay.
NPC turn. The elevator door opens.
Ding.
You can see that through the elevator door, this is sort of a two-way elevator that opens further into the complex. And
Oh, that guy.
standing in the middle of the elevator, looking your direction, is an oversized mech that seems normally Sentinels are size 1. This is a size 2 version. This very much seems to be some sort of industrial mech that has been retrofitted into a combat mech, utilizing the industrial mech size and durability to benefit the the defensive orientation of a Sentinel class mech. And very clearly etched on the exterior of this mech are the words Terminus Zero.
Aha.
Who is going to... Let me see here. Who is going to stay in the elevator? Actually, who's going to move slightly ahead? Hang on one second. Oh, wrong.
Yeah,
wrong.
just stand in the
window.
middle of the elevator doors. I think would be really preferable. Sort of right in the middle there, so that when the elevator doors close,
Yep.
you can sort of,
See,
like-
I was just imagining he would
He's going to step
stay
forward
in the elevator and then it would close and he would go back up.
and then use a quick action to activate Eye of Midnight,
I don't like that.
which makes him
Sounds
slowed,
cool.
but lets him take Overwatch once per turn instead of once per round.
Fair. I'm
Alright,
assuming
then.
his gun has a threat of 3
It does.
because you specifically moved within three spaces of me. Yeah.
It does. Funny that. So this figure has what you can see on his frame He has some sort of combat shotgun, as well as additional accoutrement all around the arm that seems to fold out into a variety of different weapons, and then a large shield on the other arm that has additional, yet more industrial grade items and weaponry on it. It seems like he has basically anywhere there was spare room, shoved another weapon into it somewhere.
Not Drax.
And heavily reinforced as well. So one quick action to activate that. Yep. And as another quick action, there's just this like gritty, gravelly voice that echoes out from an external speaker to the one soldier that's left in the area. You might want to duck. As from its side, around like the sort of where the waist of the mech is, a missile launcher folds out and points. He's going to use a second quick action to fire a Wolfhound missile at Yume.
Cool. I have soft cover.
Well, it doesn't.
It is a deployed thing, not an attack.
Was it
Correct.
deployed? Okay, yeah.
Yes. The Ultra chooses a character within line of sight in range 30, then deploys a Wolfhound missile to an adjacent space. As I reach the Ultra's subsequent turns, the missile flies 3 spaces towards the target, or 6 spaces if the target has lock on. The missile moves as directly as possible, maneuvers around cover, blah, blah, blah. When the missile collides with a character or reaches the target, it detonates the Blast 1 explosion. Characters within the affected area must make an agility save. On a fail, they take 20 energy damage. On a success, they take half damage.
Nice.
The Ultra may only deploy 1 Wolfhound missile at a time. They can only recharge once the missile is detonated. So
Does the Wolfhound missile have stats to shoot down?
Size 1, hit points 15, evasion 10, E-defense 10.
Cool.
Tags drone.
Oh, it's blinking.
Yep.
I don't like that.
Figured make it a little bit entertaining.
It's a blast 1, right?
Yep.
Which means if I walk into that, he also gets caught in the blast.
It's cute that you think he's going to get affected by his own missile.
I mean, strictly speaking.
Mechanically speaking, it says characters within the affected area, not just
It's
hostile.
It's true. It's true. There are other things that Ultras can do. All right. But yes, it would go off with him in his space. He doesn't seem to care. Like he fired a Wolfhound missile with only three squares between you and him.
Fair. All right.
That's his turn. Top of the round.
Well, I cannot see anything that's going on over there, so I'm not entirely certain who to
Who to throw to?
suggest.
Honestly, if you just want to throw it to Sorry, can you read that thing about what triggers the Wolfhound missile to collide or to explode?
When the missile collides with a character or reaches the target.
I can pin that missile in place.
I was going to say you could Ferris lash the missile into him. And it will
I
collide
could
with
try
the
that.
character.
I could also do so I'd have to hit it. So there's a chance I wouldn't get it.
Ferris lash is an agility save.
Yeah. I could also do a mag field, which would just like pause
Hold
it.
it. Yeah, hold it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think honestly, I don't think a drone has very good agility in general.
If
Okay.
it doesn't have stats, it rolls at +0, so it'd be a flat roll.
Okay. I could try it.
Sure. Go ahead.
All right. I'm going to fire the missile.
You're gonna Ferris lash the missile into him.
Yeah. Fair slash here.
Rolled a 16 on the dice.
Damn it.
I will
yeah.
note that you do have the option. You could overcharge and Ferris lash again.
I could.
Or you could shoot it.
You could shoot it as well. Yeah. Well, you don't have a gun. You
I
have
don't have a gun.
two
No.
weapons.
Yeah. I could also just do. Well, I'd still have to overcharge to do that.
Though that said, you can because your lance has a range of 2. You could walk up, stab it with the lance, and immobilize it with your ability to once per round make it hull save.
Yeah. Is technically a character. I don't know if this would count for that.
It's a
But-
drone. Drones are
Drones are
characters.
Okay, excellent. I will do that then. I'll step up this away and lance it. Oh God!
Evasion is 10. So I believe you hit it.
Do I hit it?
Yeah, you hit it.
Excellent. And
Make a
then
hull save.
it is
Takes
hull
5
save,
damage.
please. Yep.
Natural
I've
20.
Damn it! Why?
It wants
You
to
Alright.
explode.
Just the Velma meme. You stop that.
Gosh darn it! All right.
Would you like
I
to lash it
beat
into
it
his face
back.
again? Just overcharge and lash it into
Yeah,
his
I'm
face.
gonna try it.
All right, so
Let's do it.
overcharge. Take your heat.
Overcharge. Yeah. How much heat do I take? That's my second
1d3
overcharge.
1d3, because it's your second.
1d3.
What's your save?
Hoon. My save is 14.
Roll a 14 exactly.
Damn it.
Motherfucker.
Curse you. Okay. Is there anything else I could do? Potentially.
I don't know
No, I
why
don't think
they
so.
always succeed against saves on you and always fail saves against William, but they do.
Curses. All right. That is my turn.
All right, enemy turn. The Ultra's going.
I figured.
Oh, look, the Wolfhound moves. The Wolfhound missile moves. 1, 2. It explodes.
Tink.
Both of you.
Close to you.
Tink. Both you and the squad have to make agility saves. The squad
Okay.
dies
Save
regardless
target.
because even if they save, they're dead.
What's the save target?
It is 12.
I make it with a 17.
Oh, hang on 1 second.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you let me do this because my turn has already passed, but on that melee attack from the ferrofluid lance, I would have had accuracy.
Accuracy doesn't change anything.
You still hit
Damn
it though. It wouldn't change.
Yeah, you hit
You
it also.
you would have been able to do another knife attack to it though if you wanted to.
Oh,
see
the
if you
knife was
could-
out of range. They could
Oh,
only
right,
stab
right,
the squad.
Right, knife's out of range.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the squad was gonna die anyway.
Yeah, squad dynamos. Right, yeah. So agility check, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
19.
you both succeed. So you both take 10 AP energy damage. Oh wait, no, not AP, just 10 energy damage. So your armor applies if you have it.
Okay, I have a 1, so 9.
Yep, 9. As it hits the Sigrun and explodes. And then he's going to take his full action. He plants the shield, and from his reaches up with the arm that holds the shield, and opens something on the chest of the mech, picking the shield back up. And as he shifts the shield around, you see an energy cannon getting ready to fire. He is going to fire his short cycle lance. I need both of you.
Fart.
I need both of you to, as he just annihilates this whole room, Everything. Draw a line 30 path. Draw a line 30 path. Characters within the affected area, the two of you, since you're standing next to each other, must succeed an agility save or take 1 structure damage. On success, they are reduced to 1 hit point. Objects smaller than size 5 are completely annihilated. So the desk that you're standing behind and the desk you're standing behind goes away. As does your
15.
field. As does your spike trap field.
Oops.
15 is a success. You are reduced to 1 hit point.
Okay.
And 7 is a failure. So you take 1 structure damage, Mara.
Okay. All right.
You don't lose any hit points. You just take structure damage.
Yep. I have to roll a d6.
And that's his turn. That's his whole turn. That's a full action.
What's a 6?
I believe you're just impaired.
Yes, you
Glancing
are just
blow.
impaired until the end of your turn.
Alrighty.
I like
All
that.
right.
Even if you've already been reduced to 1 hit point, if you succeed on the save on that, you're still just reduced to 1 hit point. It doesn't actually do damage. It's either structure damage or 1 hit point.
Yep.
But this whole area has effectively been cratered. Like the wrecks are gone too, as he's just annihilated everything in the hallway. Player character's turn.
You were last. May I go?
Yes, sorry. I forgot.
So I regenerate 9 hit points,
Yeah.
which conveniently enough means that I took 4 damage out of that entire turn. Because I was at 14. Now I'm at 10. And now I will walk adjacent to this fellow.
So
Activates.
that's gonna trigger his
Swarm Bomb.
Overwatch
Yeah,
real
he'll take a
quick.
shot at me.
Because the Eye of Midnight lasts until deactivated.
Take a shot at me.
Oh, he
Have
will.
soft cover.
Rolled a 1, missed.
And takes 2 damage as I deflect it back at his face.
Takes no damage.
Uh,
As he just as the shot just pings off of his armor.
Tink tum! Just shotgun. To be fair, I deflected an entire shotgun blast with a sword.
Yeah.
Like, tink tum! Step into his space. Again, quick action for Swarm Body. And I am going to. I am going to grapple this sentinel. Does 12 hit his evasion?
Hang on 1 second. It does not, no.
That is fine. You know what? No, I should have done a different thing. Oh well, doesn't matter. I had a thought of what I should have done instead, but it does not concern. Thus, actually, you know what? I am going to overcharge. I'm going to take 1 heat. And I am going to attack him with a Terashima blade.
All right.
$22.
22 hits.
5 damage. And I'm going to use my reaction to initiate a fatal clash with my Jägerkunst 2.
Oh boy.
Interesting. Interesting. So, before you do that, just in case it's relevant, he only takes 2 damage.
That's fine.
All right. So what do we do with that?
So I and the target each roll a contested hull or agility check, each party deciding which to roll. The loser is knocked prone, takes a d6 connect damage, and is knocked 3 spaces in a direction chosen by the winner. The winner may then move 3 spaces in any direction, ignoring engagement or not broken reactions. Loser may immediately take 2 AP connect damage to force the contest to be re-rolled. The damage cannot be prevented or reduced in any way.
Okay.
If the result is a tie, the contest ends.
Can you put the text in the chat, because I definitely just blanked out the entire time you were talking.
Fair. 1 second.
Not of any conscious choice of mine. I have ADHD.
Jägerkunst. Fatal Clash.
Okay, I will roll this openly. Just double check real quick. This is a hull check, not a systems check, so. All right, so what are you rolling?
I'm gonna roll agility.
So 15 for him.
16.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, he'll take that. He'll take that kinetic damage.
He's
And
gonna
force
take
a
it. He's
reroll.
not gonna force a reroll.
Oh yeah,
He's
no.
gonna take 2 immediate damage and force a reroll.
Yeah.
Yep. Cannot be reduced.
22.
He's got a fucking natural 20. I'll take 2 and force the reroll.
Okay. 12.
18.
He'll take 2 and force the reroll. Natural 20.
Easy. I'll take 2 and force the reroll.
If you could stop rolling nat 20s every other roll, that would be great.
10.
14.
He'll take 2 and force the reroll. He's stubborn.
Oh yeah, both of us are.
18.
21.
Oh, he'll take 2. He'll take another 2.
Hell yeah, kill him with bug bites.
14.
And by bug
22.
bites, I mean the invincible flying weeb stick clash.
Just sparks flying constantly.
Just sword on shield.
If someone takes
They just-
structure damage, they immediately lose.
Oh no, he's got plenty of health. He'll take that. And he's got plenty of structure. He'll take that all the way. He'll take that all the way to the bank. Right.
I mean, if you
he'll,
could
he'll
take a
take
point
2
of
and force it
structure
again.
off him, does it work?
7.
8? Wow, that was almost real bad.
9. I've stopped rolling 20s.
Yay!
Again. 7.
21.
Again. 5.
I literally can't fail that.
Okay.
Another one.
He's just going to fall back on this one.
All right. So he takes another d6.
And gets knocked back how far?
3 spaces in a direction of my choosing.
Well, he can only go back in one direction.
Yeah.
Unless you want to put him into a wall and have him not go anywhere.
Well, he also falls prone. Yeah, I'm gonna shove him into the wall and knock him prone.
So you don't want to
Is
clear him out of the
this-
elevator?
Is there space? Oh, there is space back there.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I will shove him through the elevator. Yeah.
How many
And he falls.
spaces?
Yeah.
3 spaces.
3, 1, 2, 3 spaces.
And then I immediately follow. 1, 2, 3.
And he's knocked prone. And takes
Which means I give up the swarm body that I spent my quick action on, but whatever.
and takes 3 damage. So he does suffer a point of structure damage. But only exactly. So he goes back up to full on his health. And I do a structure damage roll.
Oh, you know what? Strictly speaking, I don't think. No, you can just go through structure damage and keep doing the fatal clash if you want.
He's going to take his chances with something else.
With something that isn't hard to beat me at.
Yeah.
Contest continues until one character loses without forcing a reroll or would take structure damage.
Oh, okay. It does. Okay. Okay, the truncated version in CompCon
Alright.
doesn't include that.
He takes a direct hit.
Oh, no, there it is.
He has 2
Yeah, what
structure
would they do?
remaining, so he must pass a hull check or be destroyed.
Please just break him.
Yeah, just fail a whole check. You've only got a +2 to your hull. Come on.
$16. He's good.
Okay, that's fair enough. I would've
he is
died
he is
laughing if he
stunned
gets
until the
one
end of his
more
next
check.
turn, though. So yeah, you managed to he puts the shield up and presses into it, and you have quite a difficult time shoving him backwards. But eventually, you do manage to win the day, and send him flying backwards with sort of a secondary strike into the chest. And there's sparks flying, and it looks like he might. There's a bit of more structural damage to that than you normally would see, but he managed it. It still hasn't exploded, but is knocked down.
It's just like shove sword into shield and sparks flying for a minute until
Yeah.
the sword pushes the shield to the side, and then just the giant clawed foot of the Balor comes up and kicks him into the chest.
There you go.
Hey, Shawnee, if
Well, spiked
I
foot
go,
because of the way your Balor is designed.
Yeah. This is
if I
Still
can,
a toe kick.
I have a thing I might want to try before he goes next time to try
Yeah.
and pin him down for you.
Oh, that'd be great. He's
Yeah.
also stunned until the end of his next turn, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That makes it NPC turn, I believe.
Yep.
So these 2 pilots back here are going to try to, or these 2 guards back here are going to try to rough up Phoenix a bit. $12 to hit you, Phoenix.
Will hit.
1 kinetic damage. Player character's
Ow.
turn.
I think
Phoenix.
it's just Phoenix.
It is time to return the favor then. As Phoenix grabs the knife that was just hanging up on a wall there. It's got a rose engraved into it, and that rose is about to be filled with blood as she attempts to inflict some stabbages on one of these pilots. The one she'd hit previously. Knife time.
Which one was it?
I believe it
Oh,
was...
yeah. The one
uh,
that took no damage, right?
Yeah. The one that got tabled.
The one that
I
got
would pay
tabled.
money for a shirt that said knife time. It's just a clock face with 2 like for the
Knives
hand.
for hands with knives
Yeah.
on the hand faces.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But yeah, you hit and deal 1 damage. Because they have 1 point of armor.
This is going to take forever.
I think they have less hit points than you do, though, so there's that.
Not by much, and there's two
There's
of
2
them.
of them.
So effectively, their health pool is doubled,
Fair.
which makes it larger than mine.
So-
Can I use my next? Can I use my next quick action to try to take someone out to help with this?
Sure. Make a take someone out roll.
4. Come on.
Oh,
You're trying to figure out a good way to eliminate these guys quickly. The thought does occur to you that one of them is right next to a laser grid door, but you can't quite angle on him right now.
good to know though.
All right.
All
Something
right.
to keep in mind. Clean forgot.
Enemy turn. The warden that's up here observing the fight that just broke through the elevator is going to... try to figure something out here. Let's see. Is he within? He is. He's gonna pick up an anti-armor bazooka and fire it at you.
Fair enough. I have soft cover, as always.
Does a 14 hit?
It does.
5 explosive damage. For some
Down
reason,
to 1.
anti-armor, human class anti-armor weapons don't do AP.
It's because they're human class.
Yeah. All right. And then the other one is going to try to. What's your evasion, Andrew?
My evasion is 10.
Well, an 8 misses you. All right.
Good.
Top of the round, player characters.
Just notice the time.
Oh, right. Yeah, we will go ahead and we'll that's
Return
actually a
this
perfect.
next
That's the
time
perfect
at
spot.
top of the round.
We'll return top of the round next time. All right. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.